putting a bit of pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
NRG have come into this with massive expectations. Let's have a look at the pistol round. It looks like NRG want to get some aggression going in mid. Early on, Furia over towards elbow. Yeah. Dodging out this early flash recon kind of combo. But NRG are going to get a lot of info in mid that they are not there.
Nobody was ready to receive it. Here's the reaction though. Wall goes up now straight into the B side. The knife connect, no it's in. There's still one trip up. Get themselves into the site, but no backside control. Still the plant is there. 5v5 now. On the retake. Denial there of knife.
Normally, these teams on the retake are going to battle for the window position. Look how many Furia players are ready to collect Crashies. They found one.
And here it is, Crashies. The trip's broken. Gets the one, but instantly returned. It's Conan there, still holding his ground as well. Now Demon One activating the dash. He knows there's a player window. Time is running short. They're taking a long bloody time with this one. You got to get a move on, seriously. Kills need to be found. Molly at the feet. Liazzi still, he's vulnerable himself. Taken out, just a single shot will do it, but still it's time. The biggest issue. And it just took far too long with it. Furia. The round just unraveled there for NRG, but they're going to be winning that pistol round. I'm happy for it.
It's the kind of pistol round, though, where both teams just miss each other completely in terms of what the game plan was. There was nobody anchoring the B site because NRG were banking on that being a bit of mid-control for Furia. That was not the case. So for NRG, yeah, that B retake did look torturously slow. But let's wait until we see a couple of the rifle rounds to see exactly how that kind of stuff goes and whether there's a pattern developing. On the other side of things, though, Furia buying up 3 bulldogs, rifle. Yahtzee even buying to make sure that MW has enough money for an attack side operator coming up as well. You can see that MW with the rifle still has 2,200. Demon One is trying to get aggro here. Even with only full classics, they're just trying to group up and see if they can catch somebody that was containing over towards A.
Yeah, make a play. Maybe if there was one player holding it, but no, everybody's grouped up towards B. Unsteady. Shock just in case it's a trip into the corner. Order util send flying as well, making sure to just clear through onto the side, but Victor's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, look at the utility that Furia are using. This is going to be probably a quite standard B execute. You got flash recon, updraft to get over the initial trip that Victor might be laying down, and then there's a KO molly towards the back of sight as well. But these are all the kind of things that had NRG actually had a couple of players there, they would start to learn about.
Ooh, okay. Look at nice of it against the eco.
And Crashies and Liazzi just...
Okay.
Looking the other way. Clean beginning for Furia with a couple of B hits.
Water guns surviving.
Here's something I noticed about Furia in the off-season. They've just got a new coach in, right? Who unfortunately can't be here with them today, but I'm sure is still in communication with them, obviously. But they have started off their Breeze games by hammering one side of the map at the start of the game, and then they open up and start doing different things. So really trying to hardcore do something to condition their opponent at the start of Breeze. It looks to me like they're going for heavy execs at the start of this to try and pull NRG towards the sites.
Here.
Maybe later on they'll start to exploit mid.
Flash to set it up with the recon as well. Demon One, he's tucked to the corner now. Players in his face, lots of chances, lots of opportunities.
What a flash.
And it is beautiful. 3-4. Clear court in halls.
One enemy remaining.
And the idea in this round, the distraction that's supposed to allow for Khalil or Yahtzee to do anything. NRG did not need any more help up on site than a couple of flashes from Ethan and Demon One collecting names.
And Crashies was bigging up Ethan on the KO. A lot of his setups, a lot of his flashes. I mean, Ethan, he's a cerebral player.
Take a look at that flash. That is perfect.
That catches all of them.
Yeah, everybody. And then it's only that one duel towards the end, which Demon One manages to collect. But that also frees up the rest of NRG to start looking towards halls. They don't have to run and help Demon One.
Yeah.
So, first round on the board for this America's super team. And Demon One looks like he wants to try and contest with a flash into mid.
Did dart. I'm breaking it.
Did that catch onto Liaz?
It did, yeah. Nobody broke it.
So now you see Furia, after going for hard execs 3 rounds in a row, now they're starting to explore mid, but here is Demon One.
Versus drone. Just spotting it out. Liazzi off to the side, was hoping to try and get a lurk time with the orb up. Still can do. Really threatening this. That slow beginning into mid. Demon One might just be the playmaker once more. It's an off angle. Slightly ajar. They're not expecting it. There's the return. MW.
Good trade.
Kill. Yeah, great trade. And he's still alive into the action. Into the site now. 55 seconds. Plenty of time left into this round. Back at the site. NRG just slowing it down, making sure to contain. But Liazzi could really be a difference maker.
NRG are aware of it, but that doesn't mean they can deal with it.
Into mid as well. That's marved. Good kill. Still, here's Liazzi. Finds the one, finds a second. Door being closed in his face. That's Victor. 2v2. At the double doors now. MW still back towards the pyramid. Got his teammate watching his back. Just from main. Watching for the cross here.
One enemy remaining.
Taking the time with it, MW. Lovely shot. Marv now with so much more to do, but he just does not know where his last player is in the MW. Lovely three-piece 3K. That's 3-1.
Furia playing a slow round there, walking their way up through mid, and even as Havoc died on the entry through double doors, instant trade came out from MW, and that was it. Acceleration. They go forwards instantly as soon as they take out Demon 1 there. They realize that they've found themselves an opening. If you can go 1-for-1 against Demon 1, you're actually in a great position to be able to get into sites, play post plans. So that's knocked the economy a little bit of NRG. Marved back onto a Guardian, and this is a really important eco round.
Okay, just a knife. You're right, it is important just for the economics, big investment with all the guns.
And look, Liazzi not going to be on a lurk this time, sticking with the team, and once he gets the spike plant down, he has picked.
Waves of the util. Demon 1 didn't get caught by any of it, but now the drone's in his face as well. Needs some help from the rest of him. Wall goes down, had the dash active, loses the fight. MW really taking it to him. We talked about that Jet head-to-head still. Ethan is alive and kicking the IGL. The flank timing! Crashes! That's gonna land it. That is really dodgy. Sharp as a cue ball with that one still. Ethan is alive there. With the pit down though, makes things a little bit more difficult, but is steadily really just getting out of their hands here. You have Furia with the pit now falling. It's all down to just the one. It's Conan. He can't do anything about it.
Major round from Ethan, not with the utility, but in fact with his rifling. Ethan's throwing out all of his util right at the beginning of these rounds. He's not saving much of it for the retake. He's trying to put pressure on people as they get into the site. But in the last couple of rounds, hasn't quite been able to time up with Demon 1. You see the flash there that pops, but it's after the attacker's Viper Wall has already gone down, so just mistiming it slightly, but nevertheless landing so many great shots to be able to win the round outright. And that's the danger with NRG. They're all very talented players at being able to work the map with their utility, but they've also got insane rifling skill. And they've flipped the economy back completely the other direction.
W with the Blade Storm unavailable. Still some slight danger into the round. But okay, Demon 1's got the exact same idea as well. Here we go, sending the util up in their faces as the flashes have to disengage. Back and away still here with the updraft. That is nice. Micro adjustments justifying the kill. Havoc falling. All the advantages now laid out for NRG. Are they going to be able to reclaim these guns? It's contact plays. They're going to be waiting, walking right into each other.
Spike
Pure
down
collection.
mid.
All down to Liazzi.
And Demon 1 is hunting for it. 20 HP. Gets taken out with a classic, but Victor is going to collect. What an interesting difference to the round there from NRG. They've had Demon 1 playing aggressive at various times, not always hunting for that aggression in mid, but this time pushing out with the Cypher. And you won't really see that when the sides flip, I don't think. Khalil's much more of a heavy anchor rather than trying to push out to support his Jet.
My eye.
But Victor was really happy there to get aggressive deep down into cannon on an anti-eco.
They didn't try against it, did they?
Oh, here comes the Demon 1 operator though. And he's going to try and get set up by the look of it towards A main.
No one there though, no targets. Maybe towards double doors if they end up shifting, but it's mid that's being played by Furia.
What an orb liner.
Here we go. Just taking mid control. Gonna force Marv to now use the Viper's Pit. Block off that one choke point. Really worried about this. And look at that reposition as well. That was Liazzi picking up the orb again. Repositions it into tunnel so they can get even deeper into mid.
Yeah, both teams really interesting usage of the Viper orb. Marv threw his all the way into A main. Yeah, from tunnel. So that's now there to try to support Demon 1 as he picks towards double doors.
I mean, this is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, Crashies has got extraordinarily deep, but they're waiting for some kind of information for Crashies to go even further. And Furia are playing quietly right now, not giving too much of the game away.
A lot of players contained in spawn because of that orb. They're worried about the lurk. Up into nest. There's the drone, Molly down, but there's nobody going to be following up through it. Instead, everybody right through the tunnel now. Victor has got to be the man to do the most here, alongside Ethan. ducking and dodging in between each other, trying to play between both of them. The flash was good, the connection damage done to Liazi, but still he collects that kill, at least, into the spawn now. It's lovely with the movement. Unlucky to not get that one kill, but still Crashes is there. Finally the lurk paying off, and they all just crumble.
Marv finally took the time in to come out of his pit. Really great discipline, actually, from both teams there. Crashies with a phenomenal flank timing. Marv making sure that he stayed alive the entire time in the pit. And on the other side, you got to praise Furia for trying to make the best of that situation. Doing a little jiggle, seeing if they could put pressure onto Ethan. But look at the angle. They just got their back of their heads towards where Marv is pointing his rifle. At the moment, NRG look fearless in terms of the way that they're pushing out around the map. You know, Victor is, Furia probably taking the time out here not to quite discuss what's going to happen in this one, but instead in round 9.
I'll find their cipher.
Be aiming to look for a couple of kills here, but they're going to be walking right into Demon 1. The anchoring player dodging the flash. Smoke in his face. Dash is still there. Spots the one. Will he go for the repeat as well? There it is. Havoc deleted. Flashes in his face. I mean, this is just oppressive in terms of the util that's being sent flying, but they do have this one player deep onto the site, NW. What can he really do though with the Stinger? Gonna get up into somebody's face. Demon 1 with the classic. You're gonna be kidding me.
Spike down
Brutal.
A.
Poor Khalil, last one left. Not a chance.
If you listen to any of the interviews, in the run-up to this season, the NRG players were talking about the fact that their job often is to set up Demon 1. The amount of initiator utility that is being thrown at Furia to make sure that they can't attack Demon 1 is absurd. There are flashes coming in, recons coming in, darts coming in. It's just everything is being used to make sure that Demon 1 has the best duels possible. And now MW has gone for the glass cannon attack side op.
Okay.
So this is going to be a slower approach again, but he is vulnerable.
Open for the first kill. A bit of a patient play just at the beginning, just in case there was that mid-aggression. Pretty far back. Ethan is jiggling. Will the crosshair placement be good? There was a chance for MW, but a missed one.
They've heard the drone come down halls. It's possible that MW could try to get set up over there, and that's where he's going.
Yeah, jump spot. Here we go, chance number 2. He doesn't know which angle to watch for here. Oh, adjustment. No damage though.
And this is the part in the round where Khalil actually needs to start making something happen. If MW can't find a pick, it's got to happen on the other side of the map. And you see Conan calling for Havoc to come back over towards B. It's going to be difficult for MW to get in. He doesn't have an updraft to be able to get over these trips.
Maybe the idea is to try and use this KO ult, but guess what? Victor is nowhere near. This setup's going to be alive. If they do use this ult here yet, so they're going to be splitting into B, but it's not going to be connecting onto him, so trips are still there.
No hard anchor, though, to play off the trips.
But Marved, bit of a cheeky one. Crashies as well. They are collecting this one. The crossfire setup, they just don't have the angles. Watch for and Furia trying to get into this site. There's 25 seconds left. Khalil has a spike. He's out in the open. He's got to reposition now. Get close to the pillar. Finally, the plant's starting to go down.
Conan is watching for this.
Ooh, finds it. An important one.
But it's a 4v3 on the retake against, again, MW with no shields.
We're okay. Good one to begin. Out and out, 3v3. What about who can get these first picks as well? Demon 1's also holding the operator angle. It's a difficult retake, but still he just needs the one, and there it is. Maybe it opens it up once more. Khalil still close to the pillar. Weaving all over the place right now. So his teammates to try and watch his back. Ethan, he's cripped all the way behind, and he's won the round for his team.
That's an insane kill from Ethan onto Conan. And to be honest with you, if Conan had just played time there and played off his Sova ult and the shock darts that he had, that might have been a better decision than trying to support his teammate on site. Difficult to tell. Very difficult to tell what the best play would be in that moment. But that's now 5 rounds in a row for NRG. And look at the way they're defending B. What on earth is this? No hard anchor. Everybody on Furia looking for the player that's going to be hidden somewhere on site. They're nowhere to be found. Victor's on the other side so he doesn't get hit by the KO wall. And they got a crossfire from Narnia and the wardrobe.
It really is. Probably top nest and just playing all the way in arches.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But these positions are working so well.
Yeah, they really are. Well, guess what? We're into the action. Missed about 5 seconds.
Yeah, Demon 1 already took a peek down A main.
little bit of damage done to him. Shied away now. Crashy's been getting a lot of value with this drone deep down into halls, but maybe Leazi can catch a timing. Look at this. Pushed up now onto the left side. It's a jiggle. Marth is so aware of this. Always making sure that that one avenue is not open towards them. And now double doors. That is going to be the sideline. Havoc just walks into it.
Down mid.
It's a freebie, really, for Demon 1. Close to the corner. That's Marth here with the dash. MW! That's a bulldog! How's he pulling that off still? He will fall.
I know exactly.
2v3. There needs to be a bit more being done, but it just cannot happen. Not with the weaponry.
So NRG pulled things up to 7. And Furia's success came so early on in this map. They just haven't been able to get anything on the board as soon as rifles were online for NRG.
Yeah, it's been destructive, to be honest. I mean, the pistol round is the only reason this is looking remotely salvageable. Potentially like a 7.5. That was disgusting.
That was an ADS shot there.
Can't deny MW's skill.
But at the same time, Demon 1 had already picked off 2 of the players. He caught Havoc just walking through double doors and spun around, aware of the split push coming through A.
Good play again, reminiscent of a little bit earlier here because Victor's playing up with them, but this time into elbow. Nobody will meet them. It's A main. To be played by Furia.
And it's another one of those rounds where Furia are close to some huge ultimates, specifically the Viper's Pit, 1 away, and of course the Hunter's Fury that they can use in the post plan. But NRG have been just contesting these plants going down so much. They're playing retake B a lot, but A, both initiators fighting constantly to stop Furia getting any space.
Just lobbing the artillery. Flashes, darts.
Mortar strike.
Absolutely. I mean, they just can't take it.
So Conan is just going to insert himself into A main and allow the rest of Furia to go and work around the map. They'll probably end A here as their IGL's still maintaining control in that area. But there's only 50 seconds left. Enough time to work A, but not too much time to explore towards B. And there are still 3, maybe even 4 people ready to hit on the defense.
Trying to exec now, right for the double doors with this Hunter's Fury to set it up as well. Push these players out of position, but Marv, they didn't account for him. He's in through the back. There's the trade, though. Brought him down, but still NRG, this firing squad is firing on all cylinders. Can't stop him, man.
And if you had any doubts about NRG's calling, so far this defense has been played immaculately. They haven't really had to do too much pivoting on the fly, calling improv kind of stuff, maybe in one of the rounds. But they are getting way too much value here from just leaving B open and putting a camera there. Yeah. I mean, Victor is basically just leaving B with a cap, and they're allowed to stack 4 players A to stop this hit from coming through. Furia are running into people on every single angle, battering their heads against a brick wall.
Put everything into this final round of the half. We'll see.
Now that's interesting. That knife is normally to tag people up in A main, so they may not think that MW is walking the halls here.
Drone being used as well to clear out mid. Normally Crashies is exclusively using that for halls, but see if there's an opening. Still the trip covering it, so it'd be hard for MW to get anything done from that position. Ooh, this time much more aware.
And off the back of that, knowing that the operator isn't there, MW takes a couple of steps forwards. At some point here, you know, he's going to be aware that Crashies is normally playing in this area. Look how they're trying to apply pressure to Crashies' position from both angles. Very hard for a Sober to cover both spots here.
A lot of noise being made up into Nest.
And pings on the minimap.
Yeah, I mean, NRG. Got to be aware of this one here. They are potentially being squeezed, but with 37 seconds
left. They got
left.
the knife on Victor, so they've got past his trip.
Oh, and MW, here it is. The time to strike is now. Well, the iron is hot. This man, he's making all sorts of weaponry, isn't he? Dash forwards, he's feeling like really just getting involved into the thick of things. Demon 1 will not be outdone, but perhaps no. MW shuts him down. This jet head-to-head, manifesting for the last round of the half. Here's the pit, finally down in play. It's all down. These 2 players at double doors. Marth and Victor got to try and play together here. Find these kills. All up to Marth. He will fall. That is an 8-4 half. Finishing with a flourish, really, wasn't it, from Furia?
An awesome round from Furia, but one of the only rifle rounds that they were able to get on board. That KO knife from Havoc was immaculate. Found Victor, disabled the trip, allowed MW with knives to sneak through halls. A perfect round, but that's what it takes to even get 4 off NRG at the start of the season. That should worry you.
Speaks about the caliber, I think, as well, of these players, you know. They have talent, boundless amounts of talent.
But Furia are capable of throwing curveballs their way. It's just the amount and the consistency.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's throw it down to Smix as well. With a special guest, we've got Tarek as well, sitting in the hot seat, our favorite.
Yeah. It is going to be difficult for Furia to battle back, but their win condition is MW not just having twice the number of kills as the second player on the scoreboard, but more like 5 times. That is the win condition on defense. He's going to be hunting fights. His team's bought him a sheriff in this round. Or rather, he's bought the sheriff in the round. So...
Oh, that is risky. He's spotted. Really interesting. Cam, well, gets the one.
NRG were running a fake into B there. Demon 1 got into the site, and they were hoping to try to get an easy plant down on A. But MW was pushing out of A at the same time.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So both Jets were fighting the opposite side of the map, and NRG's fake attempt has been found. And that means that they're now in a 3v4, where they've got to go down to plan B.
Whatever that might be. There's some info. Good awareness from Havoc. Underhanded flash to see if he can get any damage. Okay, everybody's just getting out of there. Crashies. And give up the space that he was holding on to just over towards Albo. 50 seconds left. What direction do they want to go in? It seems like there's some uncertainty.
Yeah, but they're ending towards Havoc. Talented rookie player, but currently sat 0-11, having a bit of a nightmare of the first game. It can be difficult. First time at the tier 1 level.
2 spotted now. That should force out rotations at least. There it is. See if you can find the first one on the board. Get rid of that goose egg. 25 seconds left. Easy access. Walking straight past the Viper wall. Damage is being done. Look at this. It is just an absolute onslaught still. Surely you got to be receiving it. Oh, it's a disaster. Oh my. 2 plays left now for Furia. Still up onto the staircase. He crashes. Short work of that one. The Sova diff here.
Planted.
Really any time to spare. Shot lands.
Toxins going up.
How's he ducking as well? Lucky to be alive here onto 20 health, but still maybe there's a chance with crashes low enough. And there it is through the wall. Turns it into a 1v1. But a single shot will do it really. Potentially onto either side. Walking up onto the right side. It's all about the gambles. Could have crossed it onto it. Ethan's there. Liazzi! 3 in the round. Another pistol round.
Massive clutch from Liazzi there. Picking up the rest of his team to deliver them the pistol. After the anchors over towards A had fumbled the bag a little bit. I definitely agree with Tarek. I think that there are some nerves in play here. I think for the Furia side in particular, you see these players that don't have as much experience, I mean, particularly Havoc, struggling a little bit, but Liazzi as well is not a player with huge experience at the top level, and that's a major clutch to come out with.
Yeah, really nice.
He's playing with a lot of respect for NRG, and I was worried that, you know, he wouldn't be able to take the fights that he wanted to, but he managed to find them. And you see what that means for Furia. They still believe that they can get back into this game.
The pistol round does change pretty much everything. Almost guarantees the second round as long as you don't fumble. Walk in from NRG. All grouped up. Oh, this drone's going to see him. Surely. No. Duration wasn't enough.
Yeah, Conan droning from too far back. Crashes was droning from much further up so that you could check that corner. He's just cautious, worried about being dashed on probably.
Broken, but only the 1 person firing, so they don't know that they've got the entire squad here. Flash through, but still defensive positioning being played by Conan. Oh my goodness, still getting the damage really off there. MW still lucky. Backing away, right from the back. He's got it! He's got it! There we go.
Welcome to the big time!
Is that cyberbullying? I don't know, but...
No, that's
there's a second. Okay.
the crowd getting behind one of our youngest players here as well.
I love that. People's champion right now, I think, honestly.
Look at the streak of rounds that NRG got on the other half, and yet there's only 2 rounds deciding these 2 teams.
It's the pistol rounds, right?
Yeah, if Furia is able to actually get some value out of this bonus, this game could still be really close. And the defense side is where MW tends to feast.
Ready with the lineup. Area. Flying now up towards mid, along with the knife as well. That's 2 layers of the util just to catch a player deep pushed up. It's MW suppressed as well. He can't get out of there. He can't actually dash to disengage. Demon 1 will bring down the counterpart.
Immaculate utility to neutralize MW. They even threw the cage at the start in case he was peeking out B main at the beginning. I mean, NRG have thought about how to neutralize an aggressive defense jet here on Breeze. And with MW not really having other players to play off there, you know, no initiator to back him up. Not like Khalil was pushing out like we saw from Victor in some of the previous defense rounds. He's isolated and plucked out. NRG slow things down. Liazzi's pushed up. This is a weird angle.
It's a really weird angle. I mean, this is the one thing working against NRG. They don't have any map control. They're going to have to clear this one. Will they do so? Yes. Crashes is there with a kill. Liazzi falling. Five still alive. Now can start to just absolutely barrel their way onto the site. All falling.
Small amount of fuel.
Down.
Yeah, not very much fuel there from Marv. These players a little out in the open, but nice nade there. And NRG are going to continue to apply this pressure. They only really require a few players on site to do this too.
The post plan looks really nice.
Yeah, right.
Mid lurk from Victor.
Demon 1 as well.
Yeah, into halls.
Up deep in halls.
Plenty of threats available here. Furia are going to be finding it really difficult to try and play this retake. Time potentially against them. Ethan making noise with the jump spot. Timing unfortunate.
Brutal.
Still gets it.
Utterly brutal.
Still gets it. Door opening as well. Distractions being made for them into the back of it. Damage though. Okay. Players falling low, but so is the time. Look at that. It's ticking and it's working against them.
There's no chance. Marv's in the cringe spot, man. Look at this.
Yeah. Okay. No chance in hell. Players going to be falling.
But was that damage? Yeah, I think it was. They took armor from everybody. They killed 2 players. That's a decent bonus round for Furia there. And they've still got money to be able to buy up into this. They would have loved to win that. They would have loved to. It would have started the comeback. It would have allowed MW to build up a bank where maybe he could have got a defense-sided operator online. But listen, they'll take what they can get at this point. 3 rounds now separate these teams. And MW's going to start to have to think a little more about how he gets aggressive on defense, this time with a lot of players over towards A main. Flash lineup from Havoc?
Yeah, potentially.
Just waiting out the knife.
Over the top, that's another flash. That's Ethan. Updraft movement, not enough to try and evade the sight line of Demon 1. It's all up in his face. Victor not wasting any time, is he? Straight up towards double doors. Another flash. And recontest, though. The flash was not quite good enough, Ethan. Wasn't blinded. Victor, chance to feast for him as well. They are plucking and picking apart this A defense.
One enemy remaining. Got him.
It's surgical. It's looking like the 10th is on the board momentarily. Kona, no chance. Just got to save this one. No way, does he really want to try and take that fight? Yes, he does. Not losing confidence just yet against our championship player.
But Conan's got no chance, really, I don't think. He's going to sprint down Marv, but he's going to run bunny hop straight into Crash, who's welcome in arms. And that round 16, may well have turned the tide firmly in favor of NRG, because that's broken the economy of Furia. That's shattered any chances of the bonus round having some level of benefit to their economy. It's going to allow NRG to creep very close to the top. And every rifle fight was favored with a piece of utility, or every rifle fight just looked so clean from NRG as well.
Timeout has to be taken.
Just barely getting started.
I mean, they've only just formed, I mean, very recently compared to a lot of other teams.
Yeah.
Scrimming with the core just over a month, I believe, so... And they're looking this good.
If you wanted the cracks to show for NRG, you would have to push them away from Plan A. And unfortunately, Plan A is just working so well right now that Furia are barely getting openings in some of these rounds.
This is a slow start, isn't it? Hoping for that mid-aggression as well, because Demon 1 is just got his crosshair set on the top of that wall in case MW does decide to take a bit of a peek. Seconds getting whistled away. Oh, hello. Close to the wall, close to the corner, just needs to get himself out of there. Havoc. Getting cheeky with it. You need a miracle if you're Furia.
Whoa. My ult's ready.
The miraculous players on the other team. And Demon 1's mechanics have not suffered for the long off-season with his, what, 5-month break from the game.
He did say 4 to 5 months he was just watching movies and traveling.
What?
That's what he said. Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Ah, yes.
Didn't touch the game.
The most well-known training regime for top Valorant players.
Yep. This man is unfazed. Yeah, I mean, he might be taking the Iceman title away from Marv, to be honest.
30 seconds left.
I think he's too fiery to be the Iceman. That's the thing, though.
Havoc cleared out, 1 bullet left. Can he do anything with it? The answer is no. Marv. It's the extra piece that was needed. Taking a lot of space now up towards stairs. 3 players left now for Furia, but the plant's down. A slow and steady approach from NRG. They leave no gaps in their play.
And I'm going to be honest, Brent, at this point, now that NRG are looking like they're getting up to 11-6, the questions going through my head are more, are they going to show what their genuine plans are with these ultimates? Or are they going to try to conserve strategies that they're working for later games? Which is a brutal spot to be in. Furia need to continue pressuring them.
You know what, these final two players are hungry for the kills, the flash and the dart, everything to set it up once more. Initiators really helping it out. One last bullet. Not enough for it, but yeah, NRG running away with this map. And it really has been down to that initiator diff. I mean, we're talking about it. Ethan and Crashies, those waves of util, MW can't get away with as much as he's potentially hoping for.
Yeah, I really agree with that. I think that Crashies and Ethan have been absurd in the way that they've set up Demon 1. But also on the defense side, this is Victor's first ever game as Cypher, right? We think about this guy being super flexible, but normally he's been playing in a Killjoy meta. And they were getting crazy value out of just putting the cam and a little bit of a setup over towards B and stacking A. Whereas Furia are playing much more spread around the map. They're forced to because they don't exactly know where NRG are ending.
Gamble by Furia, 3 players anchoring over towards B, expecting NRG to be trying to go and hit into that side. Ethan has the KO ult.
And that's why they're holding Khalil on the opposite side. A classic anti-KO ult setup here. But NRG, looking like they've read it a little bit, to be honest. They're setting up for some kind of A split. It's going to be a slower round because Demon 1's looking for a pick with the operator. But there is so much that you can do on Jet with this map. Now that Halls has been re-added in.
Yeah.
You know, opening the switch, dashing out onto yellow. On the defense side, going for some pushes down there with the recon dart potentially. It's a Jet's paradise, this map.
And look at the amount of respect that's being shown. I mean, Furia, not eager to try and peek, take a look down Halls either. Slide off angle. Now the dart comes through. 45 seconds left.
They've just walked Ethan onto site, kind of alone.
He hears them though. There we go. Offloading the ult. See if he can survive as well.
This is
revealed for about a moment. Here we go. Hunter's Fury into the back. Ethan couldn't quite stand his ground, but it's Liazzi who will stand and deliver. Hunter's Fury eventually a kill to be claimed. It's Crashes onto Havoc. Door opened up. Demon 1. That's the knives available if he really wants to just let them rip. Still the dash active on top of things. Still. Don't get anything done with it though. It's a weird round. Maybe they can make the most of all of this here with time running so damn short. Victor, man of the hour.
You can't let them win this round, Furia.
It's absolutely insane. You've got to be kidding me. MW to the 1v1. Dart doesn't scan him. He's brought it to this one moment defining. It could be everything the backbreaking round that he's looking to avoid by winning this one out, but the timing's here, caught it to the side! Crashies! Denied the chance, that's all MW.
Furia have done such a great job of setting themselves up for success there. It's the first round where I'm confused at what the game plan was for NRG. Ethan was so far out on site alone, just trying to take advantage of the fact that they felt nobody was really playing A, and the read was somewhat accurate, but it wasn't synced up with what Demon 1 was going for. And look at Liazzi here. He was able to play off the back of the Hunter's Fury, get in deep, and MW closes it out with that classic, awesome op accuracy. They need more of that. And after the first round, in my opinion, where NRG's game plan looked a little off, instant timeout.
Instantly.
I mean, Chilldesk, I think...
It was Demon 1 picking it up. I mean, there's a lot of half armor targets.
Yeah. 3 light armor targets on the other side. MW.
Khalil! Oh my, looking like week 1 2013.
2013? 2023?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
What, you're going back a decade?
I'm going back a decade, apparently. Good call out.
I don't think I knew Khalil back then.
I don't think Valorant was out back then.
All right, so NRG under a little bit of pressure because Demon 1's been popping off this game so far. They haven't really had to play an attack side round with him down. Marv has the spike. He's one away from Pit. But it's going to be difficult to get any kind of purchase on the A side.
Yeah. Single shot. Nade forced out. Havoc just using the util to try and delay here, but down to a minute left. Sidestep, Marv. He's eloquent with it.
More awkward timings from Havoc.
Khalil is lit up. Players now starting to swarm onto the site still. They do have the benefit of having this pit towards main. They don't have to worry about that position. Khalil, though, he is being swarmed, surrounded, pincered. Players finally arriving. Still Liazzi alive. Sidestep once more, playing into this pit. They got nothing to clear him out here, and they want to be trying to commit to A. This is an absolute disaster for NRG.
30 seconds left.
Leave it up to Victor. He can't find any easy fight, and it's shut down in a moment's notice.
I came into this game thinking that the difference maker might be Havoc, because I think his performance during the off-season and during his time in Tier 2 looked really promising. But actually, the big player that's stepping up is Liazzi. He's 14 and 14 right now, but the frags that he's getting are so high impact. I mean, he's got to survive here and find his isolated ones, and he just peeks out of the pit, manages to get onto Crashies, times his peak onto Ethan perfectly as Ethan was reloading the Classic after he'd spent all of his bullets spamming the pit too. Another big round from Furia to pull this back to within 3. They are not down and out.
Still winnable.
So much of this game on the attack side has come down to A splits, halls play, that kind of thing. We haven't really seen many big B execs. Nobody wants to go into that Viper wall and trip setup.
Deep drone, not really seeing too much.
And a nice cam from Victor that does see a lot.
Yeah.
It lets him know whether people are jiggle peeking, whether there's an opera on the angle. It's going to allow him to get up deep. And of course, he's always got 2 cages to be able to open that door and create pressure from switch as the rest of his team gets close.
Will this flash connect onto the backside player? That's Liazzi. Off around the corner. Dark flash, everything being combined, even with the knife. Liazzi still holding his ground, still shot missed. No players running his way up there. That's Victor still, and he has taken out a kill. Still Liazzi! Player to watch for, really. He's the one making these rounds more than winnable. Out to the side, though. Does not expect Crashies at that particular position. MW narrowly avoiding it as well. Bullet sailing, whistling right over to his head. He's looking for the fight. Now with the ult offloaded, gives him an idea of the positioning. Pit offloaded us. 16 seconds left.
It's an awesome pit. It blocks the sight line and allows him to cross. It's not really to play the post plant. It's just like a smoke.
10 seconds
Trying to get himself there. There it is. Time available for the plant. Playing forward into the pit could come down to almost anything. Battle of the timings. Okay.
Crashy's reposition has got to be fairly unexpected here as well. The last time they saw him, he was over by the Crab Pyramid.
They expect it. It's been watched for. It's not going to be a swing from Marv either.
read.
Crashies is taking a little bit back. MW!
What a read!
So damn aware. And Marv is low enough. Tiniest amount of chip damage will do it. Round to the side. That's a bit overkill with a shot to the cranium, but it gets them the round. Necessary one.
And if NRG thought that it was going to be smooth sailing on this side after racking up all of those rounds on defense and coming into this with an 8-4 lead, they are sorely mistaken. This is now within 2.
Indeed.
Many of these chances for NRG to cleanly put Furia away are being squandered. And it is at this point that now the NRG economy starts to get squeezed. This round that we're about to see is going to be make or break for the NRG economy. And they don't have those big ultimates to work with. They're 1 away from Crashies and somewhat close to Ethan's, but probably not going to be online this round. MW not playing as aggressive, by the way. Good adjustment from the Jet on Furia. He's really found that discipline and patience that we've been wanting to see from him as the evolution of his game from years prior when he's been on Duelist. He's not just giving himself away as a free pick, trying to force the fight. He, in fact, is anchoring B in this round.
He's watching the tunnel. Just in case it does come through. Crashies went to his ult a little bit prior. We saw that one, and now the team grouping up for a potential B hit. But really essential, I think, that they try and remove these trips, either the knife connecting or otherwise maybe some util. Drone used to clear close just in case somebody repositioned into main. Here's MW chance. Missed. Here we go. A lot of util being used. Lit up. MW trying to avoid it. Playing inside it. There we go. Oh, lit up. Plenty of chances with the shorty. Still 2 bullets left. Into the chamber. He's weaving in and out. But Victor has got his eye on him. It is chaos and anarchy right now. Into the B side. Kills happening all over the bloody place.
Things stabilize a little, though, into a 2v2 here. And the Cypher ultimate, huge to give away information. Crashies is coming around the side.
Crashies is traded. 1 versus 1. And Liazzi has been more than good for it. Victor, real chance to shine, put them up. Lovely jump spot, gets the information. Repositioned to the back of the site using the Viper wall against him. Liazzi puts his own up, though. Here we go. Round 2 to side as Victor shuts it down and brings NRG to that 12th round.
Major play from Victor, who's been quietly putting up an excellent performance in, again, his first ever Cypher game. You can tell that he's put in the hours. It also seems like a suited agent for him. He's very good in these anchor positions, good in the clutch as well. NW had some chances here to make magic occur. But instead, most of the impact was happening off the back of Sova utility. Conan got 2 with like a shock dart and then a wall bang. Victor got 1 off the wall bang as well. And now we head in. NRG up to 12, looking to try and take this fight through mid this time.
W chance to find a cheeky pick off, and the diligence isn't there. Look at that, Ethan. Not expecting it. I believe that's one of the first times MW's played in that spot.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job of mixing things up, still managing to be dynamic and mobile whilst not always pushing on defense. That is a fake wall from Marv, making it feel like it's over towards A, when in fact, they're getting set up for the B pinch. Liazi is going to be under pressure, only a Spectre to his name.
Yeah, and Tunnel needs to be watched for as well, so the squeeze doesn't come in, but NRG hoping and praying for it now. Look at it, they've already crossed. MW's missed that one, and the dart reveals him. He's going to be pushed off this angle. Crashes is already in, walking behind them. Conan just not even watching it with his own gun. Liazi's still there close to the corner, only with the Spectre, 10 bullets. Anybody going to be walking into him now with 40 seconds left? He's putting a break and a pause into the play because the spike has been dropped down at the wall.
I've got to be honest with you, I think this is a save for NRG.
Now.
They're in a 2v4, they have an op, barely any money. Marv's only 50 credits, Crashy's 350. The rounds have gone back and forth. They don't have a big loss bonus. They just won the prior. So this has got to be a save. And if Furia have the confidence for it, and if they decide to push forwards as the time gets lower, these could be big rewards if you're able to take the op and the rifle out of NRG's hands.
They're keeping their own guns left. Though, the money's low enough.
But I mean, yeah,
it is. I mean, I think it's a worthwhile though risk to take.
You do see Liazi actually looking to go forwards because he's the player with the Guardian, right? So he's not bothered about saving that into the next round. But it looks like nobody on NRG is really going to get spotted. So they survive. Anticlimactic end, but what a map that we've got here. Furia certainly coming back into it. The second timeout called by NRG.
And here we go. The heat's being turned up.
Look at these crossfires. I mean, it's such an unusual position, honestly, for Liazi to be playing in. When the attacking team has already taken tunnel control here in favor of NRG, but only slightly.
Time ticking down. Like you said, ults to build towards, maybe crashes as well, build towards the Hunter's Fury in this round. Hope and pray that Demon 1 might be able to find something, at least with that operator who's still got drone. Gonna be used.
It's a strange dynamic though for NRG because they want to put Demon 1 and Victor in good positions, but they don't want to lose the rifles, right? Or the operator.
Yeah, Khalil is not giving him anything. There might be a chance though. He's creeping onto the left angle. Guess what? Havoc is playing there. No way! What? That's barely a sliver.
Another disgustingly unfortunate moment for Havoc as he just gets drilled by that, man.
Here.
He's having a nightmare already.
Yeah.
Turning up to the tier 1 level and playing against the world champ. The top level performing player from Champions.
Tough ask. MW looked like he wanted to take a nice little fight, but no, backs away now, realizing that they've lost control of halls.
And Victor's quite isolated over towards elbow here. He's going to be in the hard lurk position. But he's got that rifle.
Walking up. Crashies. Might hear that trip close, at least the cam as well. You can hear it. Yeah, they ping.
And Marv just getting that fuel back. Now they can go for a proper exec.
Just
They're
walking
still
in.
just contacting behind it. But the cam is going to see all of this.
And here it is. Util's broken. Still close to the corner, Khalil. Cage is up. Plant. Ethan to be dissuaded away from it with any sort of util. Just going to let that one get off here. Khalil doesn't dodge the flash with the underhand. There was no peek coming through it. There's Victor.
And now he's opened up the B side, the mid-rounding. This is the opportunity. Oh, of course, the plan.
Still close, yeah, still close to the corner though, and they're still walking a little bit wider. There it is. Lineups being used on offer, and this is when the time really starts to tick. Putting it all on the line here for Furia. This could be the backbreaker, the round win, just based off of that alone, but the lineup's bad. Yeah, slight miss to the side, but they don't want to stick it in the moment here. Still, Conan pressing the advantage, pushing forward still. Khalil, he will fall, half on it, and the shot finds Hart. Wonderful again.
Can have some differences in how you approach this map. EG used to set up Demon 1 by going for map control and searching for picks. That's kind of how this team just called on Breeze on their attack side, right? Whereas old NRG under Finesse used to do a bit more defaulting into site execs. So there is a pretty big difference there in terms of how you set your jet up. Speaking of setting jets up, MW has a Sheriff, and he's playing in that little bait spot over towards Heaven.
One for the split here. Paranoia's nice. Cuts his way through. Havoc trying to go for the re-peek with the flash, but just baited out the util now. NRG looking for a bit of a pivot.
They've scared them away, but look at this. Conan and Havoc have read it.
Straight there. There's no flash to set this one up. Havoc's just taking a fight. He's just swinging wide. Takes out Demon 1. There you go.
New map, new beginnings, new Havoc.
Talk about getting your confidence back. 4 versus 4 with a minute left in the round. MW, re-exploration now out towards main. That's a jiggle. Oh, shot through the wall, not enough. Crushes, what was that, right clicks?
Yeah, how is the Classic beating the Sheriff there? It's absurd.
Maybe the entrance they needed now as well. Smoke blocking away, flash on top of it, damage. So a lot of the players, half HP, but it's still a 2 versus 4.
Spike planted.
Conan gonna have a rough time of things, needs to get an opening pick somehow. There was a chance with Marv just peeking the jiggle, but now showing a bit of respect. Look at this position here. There's the Hell player. Any swing available? Not quite. Ethan wasn't in a position for it. So cleared out towards Hell. Weren't watching for it though. That re-swing. Now Paranoia. All the util.
That's immaculate.
It's layers, isn't it? Leaves Conan in an impossible situation. Out of range of the turret, but as soon as he steps forward as well, Ethan, he's still going to deal with him, and he's not going to be granted the chance or opportunity. 3 bullets left. Time, it's an impossibility now. Pistol round win for NRG. They're toying with them, playing with their food.
And that's new turret change there. It's only got a 100-degree radius in the sight line, so you know, something to think about. Not the biggest change in the world, but NRG very comfortably took that away. Basically, the important kill was Crashing's being able to get his pick onto MW, as MW re-explored into A main. I mean, it's like an info re-clear over towards A, and Crashing's wins it, and that just opens up the site completely for them. You're expecting the defending team to be generally favored on ascent. But at the same time, Furia, the more aggressive they play, the more they play against the strengths of the map, I think, actually. So it's another one where MW's got to have that patience and that discipline that Furia have talked about trying to develop across this offseason. Look, I mean, look at the way that Ethan is set up to try to punish aggression through B main. They've got a flash off a turret.
They're ready for it.
They are so ready.
MW.
And these are the kind of preparations that NRG will have been going through to try to shut down what they view as the main win condition. And I think most people view as the main win condition for Furia, especially when you've got a map pool that has 2 big jet maps to open up. They've got game plans to try to deal with MW. But again, discipline, patience, MW not giving himself away early on, and that puts the onus actually on NRG to make something happen. As it happens, there's nobody home at A.
It's a gamble.
They're just literally going to walk into A, get the plant down.
Nobody is home.
And this is going to be the least eventful round you've ever seen.
It is so slow.
But diligent.
It is diligent, yeah. Taking the time with it, making sure that, you know, like you said, mid-aggression was accounted for. 30 seconds left.
And just to use this opportunity to talk a little bit about the team styles. So this is a blending of Evil Geniuses of last year, the championship team, with NRG, or that kind of optic core, really, right?
Victor's got a rifle. Don't want to lose it. Come on, Victor!
Close.
Listen, it might be an eco, but I was getting excited.
Yeah. So are the sponsors of the Ace.
Yeah, exactly.
But, oh, poor thing. What a waste.
What a waste. Yeah, we'll not be letting them pick up that Vandal.
So just to talk a little bit though, this NRG super team has been a blend of the championship squad with that old optic core. And they approach the game in very different ways. Obviously, neither of the IGLs of those teams are actually on this super team. But the 2 different approaches that they had, you know, Finesse tends to call like a default into some kind of exec and trying to mix up the pacing and disguise what he's doing. You see EG, they were all about trying to take aggressive map control and set up Demon One to fight things and try and bait their opponents into reclearing. So I'm really interested to see what this version of the team does. Are they similar to one of the teams or the other? Do they have their own new calling style?
Down to the knife. Swings down, clears through into mid. Just dodging.
Shadows traveling.
And this is very much that kind of default, making it seem like they're playing for mid control, but actually going into an A split.
Players there. Oh my! Spot of mid not accounted for. Victor was hoping for the B main push. At least that's where he set his sights. A lot of players there. Lit up with the paranoia, going for an attempt havoc. There it is! Balance with the confidence. Khalil pushing out, not showing any respect in the slightest.
And that is a dismantling of what NRG wanted to do in this round. And it's because they disrespected all of that utility. NRG threw the util to make it look like they were going down mid, and Furia said, nah.
Yeah.
And MW just literally walked up mid and was like, there's no one here, mate.
So with murder almost.
Yeah, if you can call your opponent's bluff in those situations, you're going to benefit massively because you just get so much more info about what they're actually trying to do. You need the confidence, though, to be able to fight against that.
Oh, round 4, Havoc's double the amount of kills he's got compared to map number 1.
Yeah, and again, it's not like we were saying at the end of Breeze, Havoc's a terrible player.
No.
You're expecting him to go 2-20 in every game. No, he's been extremely successful at the tier 2 level, and it just looks like he had some nerves in map 1, which is super understandable.
Bit of a one-off when you're playing against a new super team on the block.
Certainly.
Good salvage, denying that bonus round. Here we go, fast play. Yep. Paranoia, but a flash. Everybody was playing anti-flash positions. Ethan.
And this actually is how Furia could lose this game after looking so good at being able to put up rounds like the one previous. Because the more aggressive they play the defense, the more I think they're going to play into NRG. But that's an interesting reclear to catch Victor. Pull things back into a 4v4.
Sees 3. Walking around, this is a little bit awkward in terms of the defensive players here. Furia just wondering where they can really stand. Yeah, he's spotting anything out. It's all about that timing. Marved. He's found it. Classic playstyle of his, always just making sure that he can creep in at the right time. Knife against the dice. Suppression across the board. At least onto Havoc. Now we see the Hunter's Fury. It's going to be offloaded to try and at least support them. Havoc still gets the 1. In the meantime, in all of that sound and chaos and confusion, it's Conan. He's walked his way past the smoke. Demon One falls 2v2 with 37 seconds left. Khalil, flanks on flanks. All the way on flanks here. Leave it to Crashies. It's a 1v2. Crashies! No bullets! What a wonderful chance, a wonderful attempt.
And you can't have watched that and not believed for a moment that that was going to happen. Ooh. Just couldn't quite get the spray down there. Great work dealing with that aggro lurk from Marv, though. It felt like for a moment Conan hadn't quite accounted for the fact that Marv could be all the way up into grass. And then Khalil came back on the flank and was able to handle it. But, Ren, if we're talking about calling styles on the attack side, this version of NRG is not going into big set executes.
Yeah.
They're actually a little trickly in terms of how they're committing.
Really quite slow, cautious. Top flash play, plenty to receive, plenty of targets. And look at that, the layers again of the util. Trying to use the TP, but Marty couldn't see a bloody thing. Didn't know where he was going. TP'd straight into the wall here, and of course it's the eco, so these early kills being collected up, maybe a chance for Furia to build up some key ultimates.
But also, the fact that NRG picked this map allowed Furia to pick defense. And because they're favored, and because they're getting into situations like this has got to be a morale build-up for people like Havoc, for people like MW. I mean, for the rest of the team, to believe that they can accomplish it. With how close map 1 was, they should be favored to get up to a bit of a lead here. It's still fine for NRG if they only put like 4 on the board, honestly. But that is going to really light a fire under Furia.
It might just start getting a little bit more difficult as well.
Down A.
Paying attention to the money situation. They might want to try and get an op in MW's hands. I mean, Khalil's got the money for it. And when you get that op on the defense side of Ascent in your Jets, I mean, it's just going to be
30 seconds left.
Open up plenty of opportunities.
And we saw what it did on Breeze. That was one of the big turning points, was getting the operator into MW's hand. And he wasn't always trying to push super aggressively forward. But yeah, I agree with that.
see if they opt into it.
I mean, you're unlikely to do it in a round like this because nobody lost a rifle.
Yeah.
But assuming we see somebody die here, we could certainly see a reinvestment for round 7. This one, aggressive re-clear strategy over towards A main. Really cool thing to throw in occasionally. You're not pushing out beyond the bounds of where Ascent is really powerful on defense. You're just allowing the map to work for you, catching your
Aggression. I mean, the only player in mid here is Havoc with the flash.
It looks like they're going to go for the recon dart wall bang strat though, with Conan. And there's a lot of players over towards
Straight
tiles.
through the Odin.
I mean, if Crashies decides to drone at the beginning there, he could get caught, but he's just chilling.
Yeah, just chilling. Be up close, so they were aware of it. NRG containing.
But again, for NRG, this looks like they're taking mid control. They've knife market, they're droning down. From Furia's point of view, you've got to think, is Demon 1 following this? And Havoc is immediately jiggle peeking to realize, no, Demon 1 is not there in mid. So they're trying to, get a situation where Demon 1 can find a pick without Furia expecting it on B. But Furia actually have all the info about where NRG are playing right now.
Especially now.
The thing is, the spike is on the other side, so this is never going to become a B exec. You look at the minimap, there's just no way.
Re-clear in A main.
I mean, not just a re-clear. This is,
Re-push.
I mean, they're going for some frozen yogurt. They're out in gelato.
There's a lockdown. Spammable spot. Spammable spot. Shock darts. It was a little bit too high, actually, with the aim. I think the bullets were just sailing right over it, so it's not going to be taken out. Awkward. Have to play out back here, but no players detained. Now they're starting to make their moves in towards the B side, but they're lit up again. Nobody's taking care of this util. That's Demon 1. I believe Norton 5 now. Crashies maybe can claim some space. Get themselves into the site with Ethan with that plan, but MW is right behind them. Look at this flying timing. You can see it poking all the way out. Gives him away. Talk about Pinocchio's nose. As online, Havoc back in the fight, back in the action. It's a flash over the top. No casualties off the back of it, and his post-plant position is not ideal for NRG. You've got 3 players playing onto the site.
Cover going
Marv
out.
still has that paranoia. Can he cook anything up with that? It looks like he's going to try and use it on these lane players.
Gonna need a miracle, but time, maybe. Working on their side. There's a paranoia, big one. 3 players colliding and still come down to just really the minute details. Moving their way forwards. What are these one-ways? Furia, though. They had the players, they had the advantage there. And it's a clean retake.
Oh, Liazzi is cooking with those one-ways. Those are awesome. I don't know how much they particularly help, but it did make it a little bit more difficult for NRG to fight their way out of that. A huge player advantage, though, and I like that you've drawn attention to Demon 1 being 0 and 5, because it's not like Demon 1's failing his duels, right? It's not like we're seeing Demon 1 trying to take aggressive angles, fight a player, and losing. In fact, actually, it's that he's getting snarled up as he tries to enter the site.
He's getting caught by the initiator, most of the time. It's one of the storylines we were talking about leading into this, honestly, was the difference between the initiator players and that map 1, but what a time to come alive.
And thus far, Furia have been playing a really nice defense, not overextending too much, and MW actually picking his time to push out Gelato in that previous round and got onto a beautiful flank for the retake. So, timing it quite nicely. This is an aggressive hold of Catwalk, with Liazzi tucked in this corner.
Yeah.
But this looks more like an Evil Geniuses round from last year, where Demon 1's hunting for a pick over towards mid, and then the team has options of, should we go cat? Should we split B? Should we go back to A? Playing a 1-3-1 default with Demon 1 the tip of the spear. And now somebody's called at the minute mark for them to group up on A. That's where MW's holding with the op.
A main's going to be theirs. Can MW do anything about this? Because Cavalry is here, looking at it. That's a wide face, jumping around, but it at least fires off the first shot, and they're trying to flood into this one. Victor right from behind, alert timing. They do not expect a bloody thing all the way through. He's claimed 2.
Immaculate play from NRG, setting that one up. The entire feint into A, just to allow Victor to get those 2 kills. The weaponry is still not great, though. They haven't even recovered the second rifle from the player that they killed.
Still the player advantage, and when you take these close quarter fights, it doesn't matter that you've got one of the players on the stinger damage. Marv, lucky to be alive.
They're saving.
They're saving, they have to.
Saving.
You have to. Op retake into that. When they set up in the post plant close to the site, you can't clear all of them.
What a round to pull out from NRG. They've been looking to try to set that play up in one of the previous rounds too. We saw Marv try to get on that aggro lurk timing, but look at this. I mean, also just catches a flash of Havoc. And this gap now has got to be plugged for Furia. NRG doing a great job there. The IGL, the call to feint as if it's going to be a big explosion into A, and actually it's that aggro lurk timing that's the playmaker. And of course, when NRG is sending utility into A and making it look like an exec, the A players are going to look towards the site. Yeah. Right? They think that's where the danger's coming from. But now they're going to have to adjust. They're either going to need 3 people at A and 1 watching catwalk, or somebody plays aggro in mid and tries to catch the player walking down cat. You know, there's many different ways to try to plug that gap, but Furia have got to come up with one of them. And at the moment, I mean, this one is unusual. Khalil with the op.
He switched it over, swapping out the gun. So they're going to be going for, it looks like, it's a weird one, like a Towers crunch, I think, through main. Dart deep into mid. Paranoia as well, dash forward. So just trying to catch one of those plays, but look at it. Victor is out of there. He is hightailing it.
And the call from NRG is react into A, into Khalil. Did they spot the fact that he has an op?
Flash is nice. That's really nice. Pushes him off the angle for but a moment, enough as well for the team to get right into the site, and they've gained all that ground. Hunter's Fury is late. Conan, no targets to be found, and here goes the plan. Ethan.
Spike planted.
How does this retake come online? Will the operate again? Drone, what does it see? What players close now? Shock darts. Against the side, nades as well. Time is ticking. Paranoia was safe for just that moment with the dart as well, and their waves of all that util. Hello, still the counter spam. Khalil, he finds that one. It's up to Crashies, pushing forward to help out Demon One as well. Reinforcements might have arrived and just in time, but Demon One still, he can't get the kill. It's up to Victor, holding down towards main, smoke in his face. He doesn't have a clue where they are. The fuse being stuck.
Plenty of time. What a retake from Furia. I don't know how they managed to get both of those players in hell. It felt like NRG's setup should have rewarded them, in fact, because they had a double flash play with a recon dart up into hell. The players up top were lit up by the recon dart.
I mean, that much delay.
But at the same time, the counter spam just came through from Furia and both players in hell.
2 kills into the players in hell. Look at this. Lit up. That's why.
Wow. Perfect stuff.
Really nice.
And what an interesting smoke again from Liazi. It's not on the spike, but it's just kind of like out there for him to try to teleport into, even though he got caught. The retakers from Heaven are able to utilize some of it. And here we go, another tiles crunch.
Yeah, we're into it again. This time they are not ready. NRG, the discipline has been there to contain, but they just get overwhelmed.
I mean, do you expect that to happen again, the very next round? 2 rounds in a row. Yeah. The Furia decide the exact same strategy is going to work.
Very unexpected.
The first to try to force the reaction into A, and the second, they just clean up all the kills, and Khalil was still there, ready.
Ethan.
Enemy remaining.
He's traded.
Spike down A.
Even just a marved. Hello. 1 kill, flash dodge, but he's really just being approached now from B main angles. Spike dropped down, he has his ult. I mean, there's chances here, but he really just needs to find this one. He doesn't have a clue yet. Havoc. Sidestep, 6-3. Look at that scoreline, and remember, you know, listen. There's a sent defense side. Usually that team is going to be favored as Furia.
Yeah, but
it's looking clean.
At the same time, there are 2 big differences, right? The aggressive plays on defense are actually working. They're coming up good. And the other big thing is that Havoc has gone from the bottom of the scoreboard, 2-20, to now the top of the scoreboard.
Yeah, what a turnaround.
He's got into the groove. And that is always going to make a difference. And they were playing with half a player in the first map because presumably the nerves were getting to it. They're going to have so much confidence here as well.
And W. That is a nice attempt.
Look at the ult from Marv.
He's all the way behind them. Yep, straight onto Heaven. Demon One's in there. Finally a kill to be found. Liazi off to the side there, but well, it's Ethan. Stinger taking the space once more. It's all the way there. The plan now down. What's the post plan going to be looking like? Knives. Demon One. Choosing to use him. Oh, Ethan.
So little health.
So low, and they're all being spammed down. Demon One down to the 45 health. Crashies though, he's playing his time with this one. He's got his own ult as well, playing really tucked as well in a safe position straight through main. As long as he survives, it's really just quite unlosable. Demon One will really just ensure it, won't he?
And out of nowhere, there comes a round from NRG. As quickly as the prior went the way of Furia with that tiles crunch, instantly NRG answered back on an eco and just swarmed onto them.
Yeah.
Marv creating pressure from behind with the Omen ult. I mean, that's It's quite basic, the idea, really, and yet so effective from NRG because they swarm together.
Gives them that 4th round. Pretty essential stuff. Nice to see the setup. But yeah, we're getting series of kills. Finally, Demon 1 as well, just really getting some value.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah. Yeah, he was slow to get off the mark. I don't think because of his, mechanics dropping off or anything.
He's just been caught out a lot when he's just been trying to get the first one into the side. This time,
attack op.
Yeah, that's interesting. Good flash again, maybe from that prior conditioning. So a similar attempt to what they were trying earlier in the half. Hoping a player will be caught there. The TP, spotted, so they know he's not going to be into that corner.
Yeah, and in theory, that means that Furia have control of A main. And in reality, they do too.
Yeah, Liazzi's just holding it.
Yeah, Liazzi's got posted. Demon 1's been on a very passive angle with this operator, just looking for MW to make an aggro peek into him. But MW, again, patience, discipline, making sure that he's playing situations where NRG can't punish him, and tossing the ball back into NRG's court. It's now the attackers who've got to come up with an idea as the time ticks down.
Nice knife timing. They do have Ethan's ult though, and Liazzi playing this close one and done spot. I mean,
Ethan takes the operator. They're going for the exec.
Really? Okay.
Flashbang.
Flash through over the top. MW forced off the line, and here it is. Oh, there it is, lit up. Lovely util. Bill was cleared out of that spot. Havoc trying to reposition. Attempted to flood defense, and now you might just have to call this one.
This is now 2 rounds in a row where mollies have made a massive difference. In the previous eco round where they exec'd onto A, it was Victor's nanoswarm that forced Havoc into a bad position over towards the switch. This round, they throw the KO molly from Ethan and it catches the player towards logs. This is how NRG are being able to create advantages as they go for their exec. It's making a big difference for them. And this is one of the few rounds actually that we've seen in this entire match where the time gets low, NRG are forced to do something, and they set up a big exec, and it works beautifully. They were struggling, I think, a little bit with that earlier on.
Oh. Barely with the elbow peeking out.
They do not want to lose that operator.
No, it's pretty critical in order for them to just be able to hold.
On the other side, though, NRG's money is doing fine because they won that eco round.
Last round.
Picked up all the guns off the floor. So now this is a really good attack side.
It
is for NRG.
It's just turned on his head.
In the last 2 rounds. That's how Ascent works.
Making it 6-6 would be really fantastic for them. But yeah, I mean, you're just seeing from these replays, the util to flush them out. Singing the praises of the initiators, but it really showed there. And Liazzi playing that one and done. Punished. Final round now. This first half of Ascent.
With Demon 1 and Marv picking up the off at the start of the round.
Okay.
And Marv just using it, just in case.
Yeah.
MW was getting a little bit silly over towards Gelato, perhaps. I would assume he has a rifle ready to go, too.
Shadows traveling.
MW going to be trying to set himself up here at the top mid. Not worried about the cross.
Good info, though, from that knife.
Yeah.
They know exactly where MW is playing. They know where the operator is now. They know where, the aggression's happening, too, because the turret caught contact over towards B main. So it's really passive here for NRG. And again, Demon 1 not following the drone. That was a real hallmark of how EG played their attack sides, was that Demon 1 would go aggressive behind the drone down mid. They're not really breaking this alarm bot, pressuring Furia too much. And it means that it's going to put pressure on this A split actually working, finding success. Liazzi is the first challenge.
Oh, here we go. Lots of players to meet him. He's got some backup. They're going to go for a reclick. Do they have util for this? Paranoia.
This is mad.
The Paranoia, but Havoc, I mean, he's too far ahead of it.
That's mad.
Paranoia did not catch.
Again, Furia just playing ahead of where the map kind of rewards the defenders.
And here we go, using that to clear him out. Liazzi has to respect it, has to back away. Hunter's Fury. Large connection onto the one. TP to disengage as well. He barely survives with his life. Marv facing them. Really just eager to try and take the fight straight to them now with 2 players left standing. A Furia looks so damn unlikely. Lockdown has to be used, but a counter lockdown in play. Do they have the util to clear this one? It's a nade. Wasn't quite entirely on the mark. Gotta respect both of this one. Crashes! Spotted.
That might make it winnable for Furia.
That's 3v2. Have to make some big plays though. They know that these players are going to be cleared out at least towards main, mainly because of that lockdown that was used. Oh, what a shot, Demon 1. Popping off at that one, that was a sharp kill. And he leaves it to Khalil. What can you do in this situation, son? I mean, absolutely nothing, but you got to make a go of it. It's not given any sort of sight line. There it is. Swing from Ethan, 6-6. Solid finish from NRG.
Yeah, half that
Switching
looked like
sides.
it was going to be very successful for Furia let slip in the final 3 rounds. I think broadly speaking, due to some unforced errors for Furia, this one in particular. That is a hell of a shot though from Crashes when you look at the replay. I mean, he's barely around the corner at all, and he got whacked.
One enemy remaining.
I think we just caught Crashes in the chat saying,
I don't even know.
Didn't even
Yeah.
know.
Didn't even know at all, but still, that finish, you cannot be angry with that. That's a 6-6 half. You're moving into Ascent now on your defense side. NRG's map pick. A lot to look forward to if you are an NRG. Finally send it down to the desk to discuss things so far.
Defense, because that initiating utility on Breeze was immaculate on the defense half.
Yeah.
So I'm looking towards them to kind of set the tempo for what they're going to be doing there.
Ascent plays as a map as well, where the attackers are really forced as well to try and drag as much of that utility out the delays as possible before they go into the site hits. You don't want to get bogged down, you know, you got to try and pull maybe the paranoia, dart, nades.
Look at this, Brent. They made it, Furia trying to make it look like it was A, exploding onto B. There's still 3 NRG players, 4 on B. They didn't buy it for a moment.
Not at all. They've got the dart close to the corner. Doesn't actually tag onto anybody. MW close into logs, returning the fire. This time NRG, they want to try and take the fight. Conan! How's he found those? 2 kills. Precise. Straight to the cranium. I believe he's marved in a difficult spot, but he has a lot of util to work with. One smoke.
Spike planted.
And Paranoia just contacting though. Doesn't want to reveal his position. It's a double face at the right time for Furia. And a pistol round gained.
That's the kind of stuff that Furia have been working on. Great closeout to the round. Making sure that they're disciplined in those kind of moments. And 3 out of 4 pistol rounds going the way of Furia. That is certainly going to help. I mean, if NRG had won the pistol, they might have just run away with this map. So Furia get out to a lead early in the second half. Now it's about how much they can actually hold on to that.
Yeah, slams down the brakes for NRG with all that momentum that they were accruing. But
And just something to point out, we are seeing basically full ecos coming out for the team after they lose pistol. That is a massive shift compared to last year, where we would see people going for force buys, people going for sheriff buys, relying on the half armor. Even though there has only been, I think, 1 outlaw picked in the entire match so far, I think, anyway. It does seem to have an impact on the early round economy.
All you got to do is hold tab, see what their money's looking like on the buy round, and if you suspect that they're only going to be able to buy a rifle with the half armor,
yeah,
you pick it up. Cheap enough purchase.
The threat is actually more dangerous than reality.
Yeah.
When it comes to the outlaw.
Bit of a repeat of what we saw earlier, I think, in the first half as well. Just the Gambos stack goes a bit wrong. NRG finally grouping up here, but not going to have too many chances. Now, they do have a bit of util. A dart, a flash, paranoia from Marv, so could get dangerous with it. Smoke popping out deep, but maybe they don't want to waste the money. Keep it, play the disciplined style as well. Just go down to the spike, deny any chance for Furia to build up those ults or get any extra pocket money.
And I think this next half coming up is going to be where we can see if Conan is able to outcall NRG's defense. They're just throwing a nade in there. Good measure. I mean, what's the need, man?
Yeah.
What is the need? All good, whatever, I suppose. Get yourself an ult orb. It's a pretty important ultimate to try to get online. But yeah, to me, the player that I'm taking an eye on over towards Furia, it's not really any of the players' performance, it's how they call. Because I think that's going to be incredibly important. Navigating those defensive setups that NRG have is the key to victory for Furia. And if Conan can call that, after being on the bench last year, getting called up to the main roster, picking up the captain's shoes as IGL, this could be his moment.
Massive. A lead granted for Furia. They'd love to extend it a little bit deeper now on the bonus. There's some danger to the bonus as well. I mean, they've got 2 rifles.
I like that lineup.
Yeah.
It's a nice one from a non-committed position.
Flash now through, but this time they do want to commit. All the util being expended. Look at that. There was even a paranoia that cleared through into Gen, but nobody's onto the site. Full containment, it's the name of the game. NRG, all their players alive.
And you're playing
Flash ready. Yeah.
NRG are playing retake with Paranoia, 2 flashes, nade, recon, everything.
Bloody hell, what the hell is going on there? Liazzi still with the 2, Ethan.
Spike
They're
down
making
A.
mincemeat of all of them, MW. There's the last one left. In the blink of an eye, this has gone all skew with. Still damage and a shot to finish.
While I'm hyping up all the utility that they have, Ethan just ran in and murked everyone.
Yeah. What was that, a 3-piece?
Yeah, he got a 3K, outdoing Liazzi, who was blind, just spraying down too. But yeah, Ethan, clean, precise. We'll see it in the replay here. Lines up Liazzi, who got a pick, takes down another, and then deletes Conan.
Almost with the 4th. Nasty, nasty play.
And again, Ethan, more of a supportive player on this roster.
Yeah.
And yet, he's still able to come out with stuff like that. That's the danger of this squad.
So the bonus didn't convert like Furia perhaps were hoping for.
Flashbang.
Enough money though to get this buy online, and now using the util. Taking a main control. Do they want to rush into this one again? Knife suppressing them. Slams down the brakes, and there's a re-exploration into mid. That's really 3 players looking here from NRG. They are fully pushed up. Victor, a chance maybe. Yep, they've waded right into it. Haven't they? Walk straight into the sideline. You kidding me? Let's doing that with the Bulldog. Plenty of players left standing as well. NRG, they hold all the ground in the world. Mid, be in their domain.
Point to that round as a defensive call, a read on what's happening on the other side, a masterpiece. And how did they... It's not like they threw a huge amount of utility to stop Furia from going for that A exec. They just decided to explore mid to see if it was an A split. When it wasn't, they decided to pause because they hadn't heard anything A, see if they were going to walk down cat. And they were holding just the most bizarre angles.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a KO knife earlier. They caught onto a lot of them.
My KG's out, dude.
I mean, yeah.
In this map, in the series, it's a big one. Fury at a timeout, obviously anything that they've been calling probably going to be for the next one. We saw NRG, a lot of the rounds that they managed to get online on their own attack side was coming from these half-buy rounds. Maybe Furia can do something similar.
But Furia so far in this match have had very little success on the attack side. Just been getting completely outdone.
Tag. Marv. Yeah, he's going to be lit up there. Has to use the paranoia and the smoke to try and exchange and get out of there. Ethan still watching. He's got his man's back, and Marv's still alive and kicking. Not for much longer. A bit of run and gun in action. Stinger. Still a gun you can buy.
It looked like he unplugged his keyboard there.
Yeah.
Just staring at the wall. He's like, I got my one. The rest of you
I give up.
fine.
And look at this, slowed all the way down. NRG are just holding with 3 players.
I mean, when they don't hear the plant go down, they are so ready for the exploration somewhere else. But Crashy's looked away for just a moment.
Hold up, rifle, bloody hell, and W updraft. Avoiding the spam. He's in a really precarious spot. They have to double face this one now. How is that kill not claimed? Khalil, 60 health, 2 bullets, 2 targets. Gets the reload. Nade pushing him back. Out of the corner, doesn't know where they could potentially be watching. Drop down onto Dice's Ethan. He's playing this so bloody well. Out wide, crouched in the off angle. Nicely done.
It looked utterly thorough. I mean, it's a somewhat similar idea to the previous, where if you don't hear all of the exec utility going down on A, immediately alarm bells are ringing in NRG's head. Unfortunately, Crashy's looked backwards because he was thinking, wait, have they actually lurked all the way down mid behind the grass? But you could see that the thought process was there.
Is there a gun for me? Cat right in front of you.
It's grunting into the mic, as you do.
NRG with massive retake ultimates here. Not playing super heavily committed to the A site. Instead, looking to set Demon 1 up on B.
Look at him, he's playing a bit back as well, just waiting to see if they use the paranoia, which they will. Yeah, clears it through. Demon 1's back out of there. It does connect onto him though. Fast, over the top, dashing into the bag. That's Victor though. Crossfire set up, and Demon 1's there. The smoke just a little bit delayed, trying to push past it and away through it with the Hunter's Fury. Conan was hoping to clear the way for his team. They don't get access to the site.
Crashies alone, a little isolated, and yet Furia stopped in the choke point.
He has
unable
the
to
spike.
Work further forward.
He's tucked close to market. He's got the spike.
And Demon 1.
He knows.
How does he know?
Maybe here in the TP, I'm not too sure, but Drone not seeing anything. Ooh.
What is Liazi's evacuation plan here?
Not sure. Walking all the way through into the smoke. Drop down. The counter spam.
Down, B.
It's there, necessary really, securing that trade, but I mean, with the spike in such a precarious spot, there's no chance. What a shot. Nails him straight to the wall.
Hey, Liazi just door-dashed the spike to him. He just sent it straight into the smoke. I can understand he's trying to make the play there, but he was stuck in an awkward position. But man, this round has been difficult for Furia.
30 seconds left.
Again, just an unwinnable position.
I have the spike.
Oh, he's pre-firing a jump spot. 20 seconds. A chance, maybe, if Crashies will fall, but he's just playing this one so patiently, so passively. And look at that. Waiting for the flash timing. That's Ethan.
Yeah. Real immaculate play there of their defense towards B. And it's not like NRG needed to be fighting the choke point necessarily too much. Victor's just in a perfect position to collect MW. Then Demon 1 picks one up with the operator. And after that, the rest of Furia are scared to go in.
Beautiful. Nice, beautiful. Good hold. He did.
A very clean defensive round.
Yep, admiring their own work.
The old version of NRG with Finesse at the helm, I thought they pulled off their most beautiful stuff on the attack side. But in this match, this version of NRG has just been extraordinary on defense. Might be a very different identity that we see from this squad.
How much can you really do now if you are Furia? Knock down once more to the share of Fies, Knives, MW. It's making a lot of noise though. They're going to be able to hear these players out towards CAD, even the ping. I think that's Marv. Saying they could be working their way into mid. They have no control of that area.
They could do with an MW miracle round.
Drone to set him up. There's a lot actually, getting a ton of value there with the drone MW. Backing away. Marved. Jiggle, spotted by Havoc. Through the wall though. Barely a ticker. Look at that flash as well. Really
So
gonna push
good.
him back.
The KO lineups on so many of these maps have just been perfected.
This is 35 seconds now. They're running straight into an anchoring, hard anchoring setup. They've got Killjoy mollies all the way down
30
towards
seconds
lane.
left.
Victor and Crashies are set up for success. Old forwards is all being watched for. They just know so damn aware. Furia. Oh my goodness, MW. Lucky to find that one, but we're 15 seconds left. Hello, there's a lot. Really not much time at all. You've got to try and make your way across here onto the lane. It's all being watched. Khalil with 8 seconds. Have to try and stick this one now. A chance with the timing of Demon 1. Just holding for it in case it was faked for bot. 1 moment, 69 health. Alarm bot down. Has to know he's there. Through the box. You're joking.
That is precise.
What did he see? Show me the replay.
The alarm bot, I think, genuinely. I mean, Demon 1, he heard the reload, for starters, so he can get onto a more aggressive angle. Hopefully we see it in the replay, but, you know, he's just crept up onto that. That's... Oh. Yeah, look at this.
Oh. I mean,
he does see a hack.
It's too clean.
Yeah, that was disgusting. Okay, so no miracle there for Furia. They're going to have to pull this one out, grind out every single round. And these are going to get super difficult. Massive ults available, but for both teams.
Yeah. Doesn't look like they want to go fast into this one, though. Attack side op for MW. He needs to get value.
We haven't seen NRG go for any of these, you know, super aggressive flash and dash kind of plays, but Demon 1 is trying to get posted on a really deep line here.
Knives there. Turret's taken care of.
They've got to know that there's an op behind this.
Yeah, it's such a common play. How do they clear it, though?
Flash, here comes from Havoc. No, it was a team block!
Oh, my.
And that's not Havoc's fault. You know, just maybe a lack of communication, maybe Khalil just swinging a little too early. But that could have been a nice punish on Demon 1. They, in fact, even got some good damage onto it.
Yeah. Minute left. in the round, set the sights over towards A,
got
but
the spike.
NRG are so damn ready.
There's a double molly set up here. I think usually to try to stop anybody pushing onto the lockdown, and Victor just rips it, not even playing it for the retake.
Holding it to delay. A main control given up. Havoc running his way all the way up to the top side of mid. He's hoping to try and pull some of these players away. He's a one-man army right now, but NRG, with them taking care of that one, Ethan is left up to him! Absolutely unbelievable. Mark towards the back. Nice jiggle, spots the movement. No, he could have readjusted and re-pushed the positioning there and lit up like a Christmas tree.
I was told, Bren, that IGLs are supposed to get worse individually when they, you know, pick up the responsibilities, the mental bandwidth.
Yeah.
So why is Ethan performing so damn well?
Not fragging.
It's not just the top fragging. On the first map, his utility was immaculate. And the setups on this map have still been really good too.
They have.
He's had some really fantastic calls on defense in terms of how he's adjusted stuff around. I mean, that could, of course, be some of the players on the team, but we'll give the guy credit. We do for all the other IGLs in the scene. But yeah, it does not seem to have dropped off in the slightest, despite picking up the calling stick for the team.
Furia staring down, a battle of defeat. Nice flash to re-clear and take control of A main for them, but it's only one round. That's all NRG need, and they've got lots of chances.
Cover going out.
The smoke, just waiting for the right timing there, so blocking off main.
You should
Everyone
run.
grouped up. Here's a lockdown, but an ult in kind. This is going to be removing that threat almost immediately with a Hunter's Fury. So players of NRG, they can't anchor this one. Marv, good paranoia. Needs some help though from the rest of his team, and there it is. Ethan, immediately, the collapsing collide and collision course send them straight to the lower bracket. NRG are looking monstrous.
They set some damn high